What's up guys, it's Nate with BDOutdoors here. We're heading out this morning with the hopes of catching some nice red rockfish, also known as Vermillion Rockfish. Those are our favorite rockfish to eat, so we're gonna go out targeting those and hopefully be coming at you guys with a pretty rad recipe for rockfish fish tacos here. So wish us luck. Hopefully we come back with a big cooler full of reds. Just got in from a fun day of fishing. We just hit, the local rockfish grounds. Ended up with some nice reds. We're gonna go ahead and fillet it here. We're using the shorter blade Dexter Extreme. This is a great knife for this application. You don't want anything too big. These aren't massive fish. We're gonna be making some delicious tacos. The boys and I just went out, we went rock fishing, ended up with a couple really nice reds, Vermilion Rockfish. Today we're going to be making fish tacos. One of my favorite preparations. We're actually going to start here with the sauce first and get that out of the way. So the ingredients to the sauce, this is a white sauce with a jalapeno kind of kick to it. Non-fat yogurt, mayo. I'm going to use a full jalapeno. You can use half of a jalapeno if you're sensitive to heat. I like to punish myself with that stuff. Sea salt, lime, and a couple cloves of garlic. My recipe for the crema is yogurt and mayo based. It's mostly yogurt. So you're going to start off with 2/3 cup of yogurt. This is 1 cup, so I'm going to kind of eyeball 2/3. And this is going to be blended, or you're going to use a food processor or whatever you got works. 1/3 cup of mayo. That's going to go in there. Then we got 2 cloves of garlic. Then we're going to do half of a lime, so I'm going to squeeze half of a lime in there. I'm going to go a little bit more just because that one didn't squeeze the best. Couple cranks of salt. It's good. And then you can either do a full jalapeno or a half jalapeno. I'm gonna do a little over a half. Go ahead, some people, I kind of just rip out the inside there, get rid of some of the seeds. I think that's where a lot of the heat comes from. Throw those 2 in there. So you got the jalapeno, the salt, the garlic, yogurt, mayo. We got the NutriBullet working here. Cool, that should be good. We'll take a look. And that's perfect. Yeah, so you want to blend it to make sure all the jalapeno gets blended up and emulsified in with the rest of the sauce there. Now we're gonna move on to getting the fish prepped. All right guys, so we have some nice Vermilion rockfish here. We caught yesterday. I filleted it up yesterday. It's been in the fridge. One thing you want to keep in mind is rockfish have bones. So a lot of time that first time you go through filleting them, there's gonna be little pin bones left. So I'm gonna go through and make sure that's all out. But yeah, the fish looks extremely nice. Nice early season rockfish opener trip. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna cut them into fish taco size portions. So I like to do 2 to 3 inch pieces. You don't want it to get too big because when you fry it, you want to make sure you're frying it quick. You want the outside to be crisp in the beer batter, but you want the inside to obviously be cooked through. So we're just working with like pieces like that at the biggest. Cool, so we have the fish portioned out. The next step is going to be to make the batter. I like to use a richer, heavier beer with a beer batter. This Weekend Vibes by Coronado Brewing is an IPA, so this is going to be perfect to make the batter with. Probably a little difficult to use for batter because you're going to want to drink it. It's a really excellent beer, but we're gonna use it for the purposes of making these fish tacos nonetheless. For every 12 ounces of beer, I like to use 2 cups of flour. So we're gonna get 2 cups going in this mixing bowl here. Boom, 1, there's 2. And then this here, we're gonna pour about 4/5 of it in the mixture. Cool. Other people like to use different things in their beer batter. I know down in Mexico, they use all types of stuff. I've seen mustard powder used. I like to just use paprika and a little bit of garlic powder. Healthy amount of paprika in there just to give it a little bit of smokiness. And then the garlic, of course. And then I like to use 2 eggs because that kind of makes the batter a little bit fluffier. Alright, so we got the batter the way we want it. It looks good. And then the next step here is I just dump all the fish in. Make sure all the surface area of each piece of fish is battered up. Alright, we got the cilantro, we got the tomate, red onion, jalapeno, and this big purple dude. So we're gonna just basically get chopping here. I'll start off with the worst part, the onion. Here, and I like to cut the onion. This is all gonna be just toppings to the fish tacos. So I'm gonna make a little pico. I like the onion diced really fine, so we're just gonna do little pieces here. Now we're gonna go to the jalapeno. I do chop the top long ways. Get all the seeds out because the seeds just kind of kick it up too much of a notch, too many notches. And then same deal, just really tiny pieces. All right, we're just gonna dice them. And at the end, I like to add a little salt to the pico, a couple cranks, and then it should come out just like nicely mixed, right? So basic, just red onion, tomato, jalapeno, salt. You can add a little lime to it if you want, but we're gonna be squeezing lime on the tacos afterwards, so I'm gonna leave it out of the pico. Next step is gonna be just prepping the cilantro. I'm gonna throw a little bit of the cilantro in the pico. So we have that for later. We have the big cabbage here. So if you have a mandolin's gonna be ideal for this. We do not have a mandolin today, so we're just gonna cut it nice and thin. And that's more than enough cabbage. Alright, we got our rockfish here in the batter. We have the cilantro, all the toppings, cabbage, pico. We got our jalapeno crema. It's time to do the deed and get these puppies in the hot oil. I'm using vegetable oil. Canola oil works, peanut oil works. If you're putting your fish in oil and it's not boiling like that right away, then the oil's not hot enough yet, just FYI. And then what I like to do is I like to give them a little time to get golden brown. About 30 seconds on this side, then I'll flip them, then do it again, and then when they're completely golden brown, you can kind of tell they'll be done, the oil's really hot. While this is cooking, I want to get some tortillas warmed up. Using corn tortillas. I like corn tortillas for fish tacos. Yeah, so you can see they're getting nice and golden brown. What we want. Those are looking just about done. And they're going to cook a little bit as they're on the cooling plate here, if you have a cooling rack. I like to put a paper towel down just to get that excess grease. Alright, we got our rockfish looking golden brown, ready to eat. Looks really, really good. So I'm going to just go ahead and make a few for you here to show you kind of how I get them done up. So I put the fish in there, and we do the pico. So we got the pico on. Then I like to use just a little bit of cabbage for the crunch, not a ton. Just a little bit. And a little bit of cilantro to top it off. And then the secret weapon, the jalapeno crema. And those are ready to eat. You can serve them with lime if you want. And that's a delicious fish taco.